I just want to make sure I get confirmation that we're live, and then we'll start. 1, 2. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
What it do?
Yep, we're live. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining. Today we are live from Patapsco Bike Elkridge. We're live in Black and Tan and DMV MTV. Today we are live from Patapsco Bike Elkridge.
It's a little technical difficulties.
That always happens when you're live, and when you're live with Donald, it's rare that we don't have issues.
No, guaranteed to have issues. Guaranteed to have issues. You want to have?
Get closer to the mic.
You want to have issues?
We're already live. We're already live. Just so you know.
I got it. If you
Okay,
want to
cool.
ever have issues on anything electronic, I don't care if you're a tech. I don't care if you're the person that actually invented the software that we're using. If you want to guarantee have issues with it, let me be involved. Promise you. Promise you.
But thank you, everyone, for joining. Make sure you subscribe to both of the channels. We put the bio of the channels on the info of this video, so make sure you check us out. Subscribe to Black and Tan and DMV MTV. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. So without further ado, we have Donald here in the house.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on?
Who else do we have?
Introduce yourself for the record, please.
Okay. Desiree Peterkin here, racing for Artemis.
Ahmed Amawi, just filthy casual cyclist.
You're not filthy.
That's actually a nice moniker.
So let me also preference this that the people that are on the here right now are basically people that we have a chat room going with, Black and Tan. These are a lot of people that are on the chats, also ride with us locally and everything like that. So try to bring a handful of the people together so we can put faces to some of the names that we actually when we talk about these people.
All right, yeah, Bill Wheeler, just a cyclist, known Donald forever, and just love riding bikes.
He's more than a cyclist.
Yeah, very
Little
much
bit.
so.
A little bit.
Very much.
Yeah,
more
you're
than
also
cyclists.
involved on the NICA stuff, right?
NICA coach as well, yeah, coach kids for NICA, got a team at Howard High, so it's fun times.
Respect. I can't do it. Can you do it? Can you do a Jamaican accent?
Respect.
That's the way I want it. That's the way I want it. That's the way I wanted it to sound, but I'm no good at that. So, and he's more than just a filthy cyclist, as he
Casual, filthy casual.
filthy casual
casual,
cyclist. I've watched him his cycling develop in the last.
As have I.
What about a last 2 years?
Yeah.
2 years. He bought his first bike from us like 2 years ago, and was I talked him into big time getting that LA sprint frame or sprint bike. Told him that it was for the money, that it was the bike to get.
And he got it.
100%. I mean,
Go ahead.
I'm going to agree with you 100%.
Yeah, was it-
That bike has been single-handedly, arguably, the greatest purchase I've ever made in my entire life.
That's sick, man. That's sick. I met your mom.
Yeah.
But I met through these sales. Like I met his mom. His mom was telling me that she was like, man, he loves the bike. Also, you also had an understanding of cycling. Like you were a cycling fan before you bought the bike anyway. So you used to watch the tours and stuff like that. So we just kind of brought everything to
Yeah,
life.
finally kind of just...
But it's also transformed him, like not just mentally, but physically too. Like you're probably in the best shape of your life, almost.
No doubt. I think
And I've only known you 2
started
years, but
riding,
I could physically see that.
Yeah.
It's,
I've lost like 30 pounds.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I don't know the number, but
That's-
it's very obvious. You look great.
Thank you. Appreciate that, Des.
I mean, I feel like cycling does that to all of us. I mean, it doesn't matter what.
You were obese, right?
Sure. I like tortillas a lot.
So hey, listen. So do I though. If I had to hit,
Donald likes Taco Bell.
Yeah.
that's not real Mexican food.
No, it's not, but you go for it. You head to the border.
Yeah, but I can tell you right now, I mean, there's only two real foods that I could think of that if I had to eat one style food for rest of my life,
What would it be?
it's gonna be hard to pick between like Italian and Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and both of them will get you get you heavy real quick.
Real quick.
I'm gonna put you on the spot here. What's your favorite Spanish food? See, let's see that talk. And I want you to say it on a Spanish,
Oh no.
on a Latino accent.
Oh my gosh.
Let's not get canceled.
Yeah, that's not right. Right. See, that would be, how would you feel if I was like, so you like soul food, huh? Let me hear you say your favorite soul food.
Let me hear
in
you
your-
say fried
in your-
chicken
yeah,
and
in
collard
your-
greens
but I
in
want to
your
hear it in your
Black
most
man
soulful,
accent.
in your most soulful. Right. All right. So anyway.
I guess that was the wrong thing for me
No,
to
but
ask,
hey,
right?
but check it out. I mean, I don't know, and that's funny because I think both of those foods are like the in both cultures.
Yeah.
You could take the same ingredient and make so many different things with them, and both of them, whether it's Mexican food,
Right.
It's just the same ingredients, just kind of done different. Definitely with Italian
Yeah,
food,
for sure.
Right?
Yeah,
It's like-
everything has
it's-
pasta or spaghetti.
yeah,
or,
it's kind of like the same thing. And
Very starchy.
right.
And then let me tell you, and if I offend any,
You already did, but it's okay. It's okay.
all right, let's talk about bikes.
Let's talk about
No, yeah, because it's
So
like
again, what we were talking about was some people, being obese, and I mean, real talk. Like, I'm sure I can get on this. Well, not I'm sure. I know I'll get on the scale right now, and numbers wise, they'll say I'm obese.
Right.
But
Yeah,
then my
for
doctor's
sure.
like, "Hey, easy." Like your makeup, your composition, so on and so forth.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
I'm-
but cycling, ride a bike, you're gonna lose. That's if you want to, because it's not just riding the bike and sweating.
You gotta
it's about your
balance, yeah,
diet.
you gotta
It's your balance, and there are people out there that they're not into balancing. They want to ride bikes, but they look like they're gonna tip over at the same time. Yeah, that's a concern.
So
They're happy.
yeah. You know what?
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Riding
It's, some
bikes
people
and
aren't. Some
Yeah.
people aren't riding bikes to lose weight.
No, that's
Right?
true.
That's not what they're looking for. They're not even. Some people don't even ride bikes for fitness. They literally just ride bikes so they can, get from point A to point B. Some people ride bikes just to be able to go and explore whatever. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
so many things that you can see on a bike that you just don't see. That you're not
and
able
then,
to see
and they're
any
out there
other
for the
way.
camaraderie. They just want to ride. They're with a group of people. They're
I say it all the time. Everybody has their own reason to ride, and not one is better than the other.
for sure.
It's
I don't knock it.
yeah.
But
So-
people that have a journey like Ed Sauls, whew.
There's a drinking game that we started off every time we say Ed
Oh no.
that you have to take a drink.
I'm glad I got water.
Yeah, because you would be drunk.
No, but
Right.
he's an obvious individual.
I thought you were going to say line crosser.
No, well, that too. He's an obvious line crosser, but he's an individual who his life has changed dramatically because of cycling, and he dove into it head first.
For sure.
I remember 2 summers ago we went to Indianapolis for that Major Taylor event. It was the inaugural Major Taylor event, and I took the road trip with him and Treve, and even on the road trip, Ed, we're stopping at the rest stops, and he's hell bent on eating a certain way, and
Right.
and I'm being a little lax, and I was I commend it.
Yeah, no, it takes a lot of work. Any kind of
discipline.
any kind of diet, any kind of real training, things like that. It takes discipline. That's why I always say that people can accomplish anything they really want to do, right?
Yeah.
It just depends on how bad you really want to do it.
Right.
Right. There's no way that you can deny someone of saying, oh, they can't do this or they can't do that, unless it's physical or whatever, and like realistic goals, right?
Right.
Any realistic goal, anybody can do it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just how bad you want it, right? If you're willing to say I can't do it, then you can't. You're never going to do it.
Right.
But if you want it bad enough and you're willing to do some changes,
Make the
then-
changes. Some, you know.
Yeah, I mean, all the
And
way to-
commit. You
all
gotta
the way-
commit.
Well, that's part of wanting
Yeah.
it, right? That's like it's like, do you want to get up bright and early? And when you say, "Oh, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time."
Sacrifices.
To do that, do you want to get up early in the morning and get it
Right.
done? You know, there's certain things that, as much as I love cycling, I like eating.
Why?
I mean, I do.
Why are we back on the
I
tacos?
don't know, man. Maybe I'm hungry.
All right, so Gavin says in the chat, says the hardest part of the diet and training is the mental part. I get that 100%.
For sure.
Yeah. Gavin is also one of our black and
Oh,
tan.
Gavin looks great. He's
Gavin.
another one that's made a commitment to it.
Yeah, one of our.
But he's also what, like 17 years old?
he's
No, actually, Gavin, I think might be about 20.
23.
Is he 23?
20, yeah, he's over 21 for
Oh,
sure.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
So I mean, you know, but I mean, even still, I mean, there's goals that he wants to do at
Yeah.
that are realistic for a 21-year-old.
Yeah.
That aren't realistic for a 50-year-old.
right.
He's 22,
Yeah.
Okay.
So
young blood.
you know,
Yeah.
so him at his age, I mean, it still takes dedication. It still takes him really wanting to accomplish what he wants. I mean, to the point where he's reaching out and asking coaches for, you know, for help. And there's certain things that people just can't do by themselves.
Oh,
right?
for sure.
And it takes motivation. It takes a coach. It takes this and that. And it's how bad do you want it?
Right.
You know, are you willing to spend the money and have someone coach you? Or do you think you could do it by yourself? It's how bad do you want it? Like I think I'm past the point in cycling where I'm willing to dedicate myself and be that selfish
Right.
with my time to get to a point where I would be competitive, right? So I have a family with a 5-year-old who's really getting into things now.
Right.
And I'm starting to feel like my dedication and where I want to focus on is not necessarily on me as much as on him,
Priorities
right? Where I mean, I could say, all right, well, yeah, I'm gonna ride for 20 hours a week, you know, and start training, but that means that I won't be able to go to the pump track with him and ride
Right.
bikes with him
Yeah.
and do certain things with him that I really am starting to enjoy.
Enjoy, right.
Maybe
Really
you
starting.
just gotta wake up like around 3 a.m. and just go out and ride your bike
Yeah,
or
do
the
it in the
trainer.
dark.
And
Do it in the dark.
I mean, honestly, there's a guy named, remember, you know Pat Blair?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Pat Blair's a
Heck yeah.
local legend around here. Pat would get up at, I'm telling you, 2 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, and run 26 miles.
Yeah.
Really?
Be home
Yeah.
at 7.
Be home, no lie. I think he did.
Yeah.
Did
Be
he
home
do?
at 7.
Did Pat do a marathon a day?
He did a marathon, the equivalent of a marathon a day
For
for
a
the
month.
month of July.
Yeah.
What?
Last year.
Yeah.
So every day in July, he ran the equivalent of 26 miles or more
26.2.
every day for
Wow.
the month of July. Every day. Yeah. He's dedicated. When
Well,
he sees something,
I wake
he's
up-
like focused on it. Nothing will get in his way.
So you talk
But is
about
that-
you talk about making the commitment, right? So
Right.
like I've made the commitment to waking up at 4:30 Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and walking 2.5 to 3 miles.
Look at that.
And then I come home, I do a P90X3 workout, and then go to work, you know? And if I do something later on that day, that's a bonus. I usually try to keep that light. But I'm making a commitment to myself to get back into some kind of shape because I've been off the bike for as many months as I had been, you know? So,
But
and
what
then
it-
making the sacrifices in the kitchen as well.
Right.
Not
What do you guys
eating as
think?
much, or not eating, or just eating healthier?
Yeah, eating healthier and smart. I mean, I live more of a keto lifestyle just because of my autoimmune disease, which is the same one as Venus Williams, who's on a book tour right now talking about it, Sjogren's syndrome. And so my manifestations are a little different from hers, but like carbs and grains really inflame my body, and it just makes it uncomfortable, right? I'm never in any pain. It's just discomfort. And so the closer to a keto lifestyle I live, the better off I am.
So keto is just cut out the carbs? Is it
Yeah,
kinda like
it's
Atkins,
high
but
pro,
new
it's
version
high
of Atkins?
protein, and like good fats, like good
Okay.
oils and good fats,
Gotcha.
and low grain.
Well, your body's used to it now, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So
yeah,
I did. Have you guys ever tried different diets? Have you ever tried to exercise on a diet?
oh it's tough. Yeah, your body
All
has
right,
to get
so-
acclimated to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about the dedication, right?
Yeah,
And you're there's a really big downhill before you start to come uphill.
Yep.
From
Right.
those. And you got to be ready. And you can lose a ton of weight on a keto diet or a low carb diet or whatever. You can lose a ton of weight, but you'll start losing weight immediately. But you will not gain your fitness back for a long
yeah,
time.
you feel it.
So I went on a very not quite a keto, but a couple years back I went on a really low carb diet, and I had to come off of it. I mean, I think I was 185, and I couldn't hold on to any of the groups at all. Not the C group,
Yeah.
anything. We do an annual ride with this big group called Velocity, and I was not able to hold on to the ride at all. I ended up getting a ride back to the start line from one of my friends that lived around the area. I rode to his house and asked him to give me a ride back to the car because I was done.
More endurance, or do you lose just
Strength.
more strength?
It's strength. It's
Yes.
strength.
The answer is yes.
He's saying, yeah. I think it depends on the person. For me, I was losing strength, right? But I was prepared though because I knew someone that had gone through it, and I watched their journey, so I wasn't as confused when it was happening to me. But then what I offset it with is like with HIIT workouts, like just body weight workouts, so that I was trying to maintain some strength and fitness there. Because cycling is different. Like I could walk, and then I get on the bike and I'm struggling, right? And or do something else. So with any of these anytime you change your diet, you're gonna feel a loss somewhere.
Gotcha.
Right? But it's in how you build it back. You got to be smart. So like Donald said, my body is used to going through this, and I'm never completely away from a keto lifestyle. Right? I'll indulge in bread, but I know it's not good for me, so I have to stay away from it. But yeah, he's right. You will see a change in your strength, maybe your power.
It just
it's
takes-
just something you have to build up.
It takes a while before it becomes the new norm.
There you go.
Right.
That's the
You know
best
what I
way
mean?
to put it. Yeah.
So it's just and again, it's about that dedication. Are you dedicated enough and okay with not being able to hold on to any rides for a long time?
Yeah.
Because I literally couldn't. Here, slide up. Slide up. I want you in. This is my man, by the way. So I want him more involved. This is my man. So yeah, it's one of those things where I don't want it bad enough. I don't want it that bad. You know what I mean?
Dude, I did a no carbs for a little bit, like not eating like my big thing is like tortillas and bread, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like caffeine. Like you feel like you never feel like satisfied. Like when you're not eating like carb, it's like I'm still hungry. Like, give me
There's an addictive component to it.
right, like
That's
give me
why.
something solid. Like
Yeah.
When you look at the ingredients on a lot of the things that we take while we're riding, one of the things we need most is carbs.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
when you deplete your body from that, and you're like, all right, well, you're not getting what you're asking for. Your body starts to go in. Well, that's the whole point of going into ketosis.
Yes.
Your body goes into a different state, and it starts burning fat versus burning muscle.
Right.
And you basically trick your body into thinking it's starving.
Well, I do have to find alternate ways to fuel myself during these rides, right? So that I'm able to sustain myself. And that's
So you
that's just what about-
you don't even take carbs during the ride. That's something, or clean, what we would call clean carbs.
Clean carbs, I do.
You know what I
I
mean?
do.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you considering clean carbs?
Taco Bell.
Yeah. That's by the way.
All right, wait,
the
before we get
dirty-
into that, Omar Lopez said, you guys are making me feel guilty, sitting here with how do you say that? Guinness?
Guinness.
Guinness
Oh,
in
yeah.
one hand and gummy bears in the other hand.
So Omar, again,
You're right here.
so again, Omar, let me tell you about my buddy Omar. So I would love for him to be here because he's literally one of the direct reasons that I'm here in the first place, right?
Okay.
Omar is my first mountain bike buddy I've ever met. Like, now I've known him for a long
Cheers,
time.
Omar.
So I've known Omar for a really long time. Omar and I grew up and went to high school together, and we had all kinds of stuff. It was similar.
I'd like to
likes,
talk to you, Omar, and get some
similar
stories.
likes and everything like that. We were both into cars. We both had RX-7s and all kinds of stuff like that.
Wait.
RX-7. I had the RX-7.
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
You had an
Oh, yeah.
RX-7?
I had a bunch of.
I did not.
Is that the Acura?
No,
Acura?
that's the Mazda.
I was going to
The
say,
rotary,
even
the
I know it's a
Wanko.
Mazda.
With the
Wanko
rotary.
rotary.
the
Oh, okay,
two-door-
okay.
Two-door Mazda with
You
the-
had that little car?
Oh yeah, man. Me and Omar had.
That's when he was little.
Omar had a turbo too. I had the GTU at that time.
Mazda?
And- no,
That's the Mazda RX-7.
Yeah, different models.
Okay.
And so I was riding on Fort Meade. No one else I knew rode mountain bikes. I got this mountain bike and I was riding on Fort Meade, and on the trail from around the golf course, I saw a guy riding a bike, and I look over and it's Omar. The first person I actually knew that was riding a mountain bike. From there, man, we did everything. I mean, we did everything together. We raced, we traveled, we worked. He was a manager at a bike shop called the Bike Doctor of Odington. Doesn't exist anymore. Bike Doctor of Odington. I worked with him there. Man, the dude was spot on. He literally influenced me in a lot of ways to help me really
Nice.
get into cycling and fall in love with mountain biking the way I did. So it was Mark Perks, ladies and gentlemen. A little late, better late than never. So, a good quick story about me and Omar. So, again, we were in the cars, right? And Omar had just had some turbo work done to his Mazda. He just got some nicer turbos on it or something like that. And, we were late getting back to work. We used to ride Frederick all the time. And we were on 70 heading back to Baltimore from Frederick. Both bikes on the back of the car. I had this titanium John Tomac race bike. Omar had his usual ridiculously nice Cannondale, right? That's how he rocked the top of the line Cannondales all the time. So these two bikes on the back of his car, and he starts telling me about the turbo work that he has done to his car. So I say, well, let me see. So he drops that bad boy in the third, and he punches it, and all of a sudden we hear this bang. We look back, both of our bikes are sliding down Route 70. They're sliding down Route 70.
This is a great story.
And they're flat sliding, they're not tumbling, but they're sliding down Route 70, and I swear to you, didn't get hit by a car.
Were cars dodging it?
No, we were going so fast that the bikes were probably passing other cars. But they came to a stop on the shoulder, both bikes on the shoulder.
Oh no.
One of the pedals were completely ground in half. Handlebars
fast.
were ground down, brake levers were ground down, but the bikes were good.
Nice.
They were good. We picked them up. We were like,
The frames
I
were
can't-
okay, but handlebars and pedals,
the
toast.
bike rack that we were using, those old school trunk racks that have the bungees that come out and they wrap around the
Yeah,
frame
yeah.
and they stick back in. They only have like two straps on the top. We were going down the road with one of those at I'm pretty sure it was over 100 miles an hour.
Okay.
So, yeah, lesson
Where are those
learned.
bikes now?
Oh, those bikes are long gone. Long gone. Like,
He only rides fancy S Works now.
That's true.
no, that bike was
'Cause he's fancy. Look at Donald. Look at Donald. He's fancy.
For back in the day, those bikes were
Has
those
to be
bikes
pink,
were-
too.
Were fancy, dude. Look, here's what's up with the pink bikes and the loud bikes. If you can't be the fastest person out there
Hey,
anymore,
look pretty.
you gotta at least give people something to want to come over to you and talk about.
Hey,
Right?
that's fair.
So you don't have to be the fastest, but can't be the slowest and have the good looking bike either, because they're not going to come over and talk to you.
look cute.
You gotta be at least somewhere towards the top, have a bike that looks good and it draws conversation. I was talking about this earlier today with someone. I was like, every conversation that I have with a bike potentially brings someone back into the store to either buy a bike or buy merchandise, right? So that's why I promote myself and I have a bike that I want to stand out, because it starts conversation. And that's all I want outside of the bike shop, is more conversations about bikes.
Have you ever seen someone with a flashy bike that doesn't
Perform?
perform?
Yeah, there's a lot of those. There's a lot of people like that. We won't, no, you're not that person. Let me tell you. There's a lot of people like that. There's people I know people that will show up on ride with us with like a $15,000 bike, go home and change somehow their Strava to make it look like they were going faster than they were.
Oh yeah, because Strava allows you to edit.
I don't know how. I don't know
I
how
would
this
like
person.
I would like to learn how to do that.
It's
don't
easy.
know how this
I've seen
person
people
did
do it
it.
all the time. It's really easy.
But the ride that we were on, we averaged a painful 13 miles an hour average. Painfully slow.
On the road.
On the road. Painfully slow ride.
You said 15?
13.
Oh, 13.
That person ended up getting lost, and we had to like abandon the ride. We couldn't find him.
Oh.
He was so far off the back, and we were only going 13. We were climbing some hills, so it was a little hilly, but. So we get back to the ride after we couldn't find him.
And they had a 15 average.
No. So we get back to the ride after we couldn't find him, and we ramped it up after that. So we got back and we ended our ride with a 17 mile an hour ride.
Okay.
So we went from like 13, 14 to 17, and we ended the ride. The next day, I see that he rode with us, but he had an 18 mile an hour average. And I'm like, I don't understand how.
So he
that's
cropped the ride.
I don't know how he did it.
Yeah, that's the only way on Strava.
But my point is someone that has a fancy bike like that and can't ride normally won't put their workouts on Strava.
They'll
Or
keep it
they'll
private.
figure it out in a way to make it look like, because they're doing it we know that they're not at that level. And it doesn't matter. I don't really care what level you ride at. But if you pretend to be at a certain level and you brag about being at a certain level, then I want to know what's up.
Fit the bill.
But if you're not trying to pretend like you're this guy or that guy or him or whatever, and you go on a ride and all you can average is 13 with your $15,000 bike, then it's not a big deal. Who cares? I don't care, you know? But if you're pretending to be faster or telling other people outside of this circle that,
Right.
oh, you're crushing it and you're doing this, then it's kind of that poser mentality,
The
right?
posers, that's where
So
you don't want them.
I see that a lot, not to the extent of that one guy that changed his ride, but I see it a lot. And it's again, you know, just because you buy a Ferrari doesn't mean you have to do 100 miles an hour.
Omar said he left his computer on while he was driving, accidentally,
Yeah.
which I have done before.
Yeah. Accidentally?
Yes.
Okay.
So real quick, you were talking about Frederick, and I want to make I'd like to. I don't know if this is out in Frederick. Oh, it's not out in Frederick,
You
but
can't do shout outs. Is that what you're going to
no,
do?
I want to just do a plug
Oh, there you go.
for myself.
Isn't a plug a shout out?
Well,
Okay,
that's the
shout-
new, that's the new, that's the new
okay.
2024.
Well, look, you're looking at
Plug it in,
You're
plug it
looking
in.
at the host / MC of the Falkenberg Cross Event 1 of the 2024 Bike Reg Cyclocross Super Series
That's happening
this
weekend.
Sunday in Stevenson, Maryland.
Can you go into YouTube and post the link, and then we can
yeah,
share whatever?
yeah.
Yeah, and if you can't do that, don't shout out again.
Are you on the Black and Tan thing?
I'm in the Black and Tan
okay,
chat.
paste it on
I'll
the
put it
Black
in the
and
chat,
Tan,
and then you can.
and then I'm gonna share it right now.
Okay, I'll do it right now.
On top of since,
So are you hosting it?
Yeah, I'm hosting. I was
you're
I was
the MC.
recruited. I was recruited by Raylene Meneses, and she asked me a couple weeks ago, and I said, sure, why not? They asked me for a bio, so there's my bios out there, like, on I don't even know, like on Facebook somewhere for them, but I'm looking forward to it.
You might not even know this, but I was also going to be the host, and Ray had reached out to me, and I didn't think that I knew enough about cyclocross.
I don't know
And
anything about cyclocross, but I'm going for it.
I have no
That's
idea.
the difference. You're confident enough for you to do that.
I think I'm gonna be all right.
I was like, Ray, I want to do it, but I was like, if I can get someone else in there to help me that knows about cyclocross, so I don't just stumble over what's going on. I mean, I know what's happening in cyclocross. I've raced cyclocross. I've ridden the courses.
They're riding through mud. They're getting off the bike,
Yeah, but
jumping, running.
I didn't know if they wanted us to have stats on the riders and know the riders and stuff like
Well,
that.
I'm on a group chat with Ray and 2 other people, and I'm gonna ask for some background info. Like, who are the who's who? Like, I feel like there's people I should know.
Yeah,
That
and
should,
I would have done it. I would have done it if Paul was in town, so Paul could be there with me.
Okay.
But Paul's not in town.
So you telling me I was second runner up?
No. You were actually probably before me, but they couldn't get in contact
His face
with
is
you.
saying something else. His face is saying
But
something
it's,
else.
I mean, either way, I'm excited to do it because it's something
No, I think
new.
I think you're going to be way better. I think you're going to be way better for it than I would have been.
Well, thank
So
you. I
wait, so
appreciate
you're
that.
so you're racing it.
No, I'm not racing. I'm gonna
She's the
be.
MC.
I'm gonna be like.
race-
What's
Mark's
his name?
race.
Is it John? That does the road events. The road.
I'm not sure.
I think it's John. I can't. Bald head black dude.
We'll just
yeah.
say John.
Okay, we'll just say John.
And if it's not, no one knows.
Anyhow, I'm gonna be that person that's gonna be trying to keep the crowd into it and talking up the cyclists, and again, it's something different, and I'm
Mark-
looking forward to it.
Mark, you're racing
Mark's?
it, right?
Yeah.
You raced it last year, didn't you? This is my first year. This is your first year racing it? Yeah. Nice. I'm going to be there on Sunday. I'm going to be watching it.
Oh, you'll
I'll-
be there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Patapsco van up. I might do some neutral support as far as like repairs and stuff like
Okay.
that. I'll
Des,
set-
you got to give Mark some shout outs when you race.
Oh, I'm gonna be shouting
You
at
got-
everybody.
you gotta
Yes,
get
no,
on it.
without a
Oh, by
doubt.
the way,
gotta
they're
get on 'em.
teammates
Yeah,
as well.
we are Artemis teammates. I'll be shouting them out, and anybody else. I have to wear neutral gear, so I'll probably just throw on a Patapsco Bikes T-shirt
There
that
you
I
go.
own.
There's
Mark,
nothing wrong with that.
Mark, what race are you
I'm all
racing?
about supporting the movement. Right there. And, I even got the new one. Yeah, I got one of those.
So there's also going to be a big cyclocross race. It's actually the largest cyclocross race in the States coming up soon. It's Charm City Cross, put on by Chris Auer and a handful of others. So look these up on your calendar because you definitely want to attend these races. It
What
takes
is
a-
that one? What's the name of it?
it's Charm City Cyclocross, put on by Chris Auer. Big race. I mean, big. It's pro level everything, and not to try to shadow Focusburg because that's an awesome event as well. But this one is pro level. There's going to be pro riders. It's a 2-day event. If you want to really see the upper echelons of cyclocross racing here in the United States, that's the race that you have to go and watch. Do yourself a favor. If you want to keep cyclocross alive, sign up and register for these races because that's how they stay afloat. The minute some of these guys start to go into the red, they're going to pull the plug and they're not going to be hosting these events. So if you want to really keep cyclocross and not just cyclocross, bicycle racing.
Yeah, any race.
If you want to keep bike racing alive in the United States, sign up and participate. If you're a cyclist, even if you just want to do it for fun, do it for fun. But I can tell you now, there's two. I'm speaking for the mountain bikers and the cross guys. Road riding gets a little serious at times. Like everybody puts on their game faces. There's not as much of a party atmosphere.
For sure.
But mountain biking and cross are two of the styles of racing for bikes that you can go and your whole goal is to have a good time. Like you can 100%, you want to be competitive. If you want to be competitive. That's fine. You can compete against yourself. I'm not saying don't go there and try to win, but go there, try to win with a really cool attitude and to go out and have fun. Like, make that an objective for you to go and have a good time, because those are two of the styles of cycling that you can go and have a great time while doing it.
Now-
Is cross and mountain.
Do you encourage people to I mean, I know we're encouraging people to do these events here, regionally, territorially, but do you encourage people to go outside of their state and try events elsewhere? Because I know in road cycling, that was something I started to do towards the end of my first year of racing last year.
Yeah.
And I started to do it early this year.
I say go outside of your comfort zone.
Your comfort
I
zone.
say go outside of your area.
I say the same thing.
Bill's a big fish in this little pond here, so he beats up on us, right?
I believe
Go
it.
and beat up on someone else out of state, Bill.
I agree.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Maybe.
He takes up on the small
Go-
guy,
Go
especially
test the water.
especially now that he has a 29er bike.
Oh man.
Let's bring that up. Let's talk
Bill's
about
new
that.
bike.
Let's
Bill,
talk about
go
that.
Closer to the microphone.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about your new bike. Yeah.
Which one?
29?
Oh, that's
Which
true.
one?
That's
That's-
true. That's
see,
true.
everybody-
He's got two new bikes.
Which
Everybody needs a rich friend. I'd say that
Yeah.
all the time. When you know you got it made.
This is
when
what a
you-
millionaire looks like.
You know you got it made
Yeah.
when you rock two brand new bikes in the same week.
Same week.
Right?
It was
And
time. It was
the colors
time.
are
No,
fire.
he is not lying. It was definitely time.
It was
Pretty much.
time for the
It,
new
they
bike.
were within
Get the
24
mic. Get the
hours.
mic. Get the mic.
Yeah, you built one on Friday and then you built one on Saturday, right?
Pretty much.
That's how he rolls.
It was time. It was time.
That's how he rolls. You know
It
what it
was
is?
time for a new bike.
I like to take partial credit for that, because if it wasn't for me teasing him every single day about his
Every single live we did, he was in
I
the
refuse
conversation.
to. I refuse to have a friend that's as fast as he is riding a 2.7. I'm not gonna say it was crazy. I mean, they're nice bikes.
Who said cruddy bike?
No, hey, don't worry
Who said
about it.
that?
Don't worry
Who
about
said
it.
that? I heard it. I heard
it was
someone
an
say cruddy
echo.
bike.
His Cannondale's gorgeous.
His bikes are nice. They're just outdated for especially for the talent that's on them, right? Like
I don't know, man.
Tell me that riding that Roubaix the other day wasn't like
That was sweet.
silk, right?
That was absolutely fantastic.
that last climb, you didn't have to do that to
You
me.
didn't have to think about it, man. I'm sorry.
You didn't have to do that. To
Well,
me
you're
on
the
the
one
last
went out front, said I'm gonna try and do something.
I said
was just trying to
I'm
chill.
going to go hard and try to see what I can do on this last climb. And I thought that I did it solo and was alone. And then Bill comes and rides right by me at the top of the climb. And I'm like, oh.
Did he go like this? Beep beep.
No, he could have. He could have.
Wait, what was this?
Did he give you the road
gravel?
runner?
Monday.
The
It's
road
Sunday.
runner?
Well, and I
was
do.
just rolling.
But
What was it,
to my
gravel?
Yeah,
To my defense,
It was gravel.
I'm pretty sure I had COVID.
There you go.
yeah.
That was it.
Sure.
You and I were
sure.
probably
Yeah.
about
It's my-
to get down.
Yeah,
COVID brothers.
we're COVID brothers.
That was a
Yeah.
good ride, though. Honestly, I mean that Labor Day ride that we did out down in Leesburg was I don't know about you,
That was sweet.
because I mean you and I
That
were
was a
both
sweet
riding new
ride.
bikes that day. Probably the most fun I've had on a bicycle.
Oh, that's right. You got a new bike too.
Oh, so you got a
Long
gravel?
time.
You got a gravel too?
Tell them about your bike.
Yeah. Okay. That pink and orange Crux that Specialized just came out with.
Yeah, Specialized just came out with an aluminum Crux with the same exact geometry, same fork as the carbon Crux. It's basically the cross version of the Sprint LA. Think of it that way. Compared to like the Tarmac SL8, how the Sprint LA is like that. This is basically the cross version, the Crux version of that. So it's an aluminum Crux, same geometry, UDI derailleur hanger, so you can actually run some wild setups on it if you want. Huge tire clearance.
Yeah, I think I would have 45s on there.
Yeah, huge tire clearance. I mean,
UDI or UDH?
did I say UDI?
You say UDI.
You said UDI.
I sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure we can rewind this, but
No, you said
UDH.
I'm I was afraid to correct you, but
Yeah,
you say UDI. I was
Yeah.
like, is that something?
universal
technology?
derailleur hanger.
Yeah.
All right, so
Versus universal
yeah.
derailleur issue.
yeah, well, that could be an issue also. So yeah, he has a sick new bike. We were all out on two guys out on our bikes, and that gravel out there is so good, right? Isn't it so good, man? I tell people it's like, it's one of the few places like we're taking our road bikes out that allow big tires. All these new road bikes now they're all allowing big tires. So, yeah.
There was one in
Yeah. So, so all these bikes now are allowing like big tires. You know, that's the new thing. Especially the comfort bikes. If you guys have like any of the Roubaix, what do they call them? Yeah, like comfort road bikes or whatever. Endurance bikes. Endurance bikes. All the endurance road bikes now are taking up to like a 42 tire.
Is that the one?
So you can run these huge tires on these bikes, and we have the perfect gravel for it out here. So the gravel that we have in Leedsburg, in a lot of places, it's super smooth. So, I mean, we're averaging speeds out there at 17, 18 miles an hour on some of the super fast gravel rides, and on road bikes because it's so smooth. We can do that. Now, I've gone on, I don't think I'm riding a Roubaix. I did have a Crux last year. I'm riding a Roubaix this year, and I don't think I would take the Roubaix on chunky gravel.
I already took it. It's fine.
Did you? Yeah. Oh, that's right. You're riding a Roubaix, I'm riding a Roubaix. I'm telling you, that bike is it's one of the sickest bikes I've ever owned.
Yeah. It's a very comfortable bike.
And it's not like the old Roubaix. So we're talking the Roubaix SL8.
Right.
I've owned, and my wife has a Roubaix right now. She has the S-Works McLaren Roubaix, which is like the older model. I had a similar bike to that, and I liked it. It's a great bike.
Do the old models also have the same tire clearance or no?
No.
Oh, okay.
They don't have the same tire clearance. She does have the one. It does have a head shock in hers, but it doesn't have the tire clearance. It doesn't have the right same geometry. It's a great road bike. It's a great comfort road bike, and it's a fast one. But it doesn't. I think they made that package to where it's more universal to say if you want to ride road, you obviously can ride road on it. It's a road bike,
right?
But you can tour with it. You can put some big chunky old tires on it. I was running a 42 on mine.
That's what I'm running right now. My brother just said I have the 2018 Roubaix, and now he has the 2024 Roubaix.
Ask him. I can ask him.
Are those
Yeah.
carbon?
I have to ask him in Spanish, though. He only speaks Spanish.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
Thank you, Elvis.
I just,
So can you translate this to me?
just go. Okay. Yeah. Go. Whatever you want to ask.
So what does he find what's the biggest difference between the two bikes that he finds? So
the 2018 and the 2024. What's the big difference? ¿Cuál es la gran diferencia que tú encuentras en las dos bicicletas que tú tienes entre las? No, he speaks perfect English.
yeah, he does. I think he actually
But, you
speaks.
know-
I think he does. Your accent's heavier than his.
Thank you for putting that on the record.
Sorry about that.
That's job security for me.
Look how red he's turning as you said that too.
No, my ears.
Okay, right.
Okay, so I was talking with Bill earlier, and we were talking about having, because the bike, like, you can do so many things with it, right? Having like two wheel sets, having one for road and having one for gravel, because it's like so easier versus like, oh, we're gonna do a long road ride. Okay, I gotta put road tires now. Oh, we're gonna do a long gravel ride. I gotta put gravel tires.
Yeah,
So,
that's definitely.
if you have a rich friend.
Yeah. I mean, he could probably outfit us all with some extra wheels.
He said he was gonna buy me a set of MVs. I was like, it's okay, you're not
that's all
doing
right.
MVs.
So,
Yeah, that's how he rolls. Rich
Elvis,
friends.
it's funny that you say that. So, like, eventually when I decide to get rid of the aluminum wheels on my LA, because
Yeah.
I'm not going to be doing the whole thing, switching between wheel sets, 'cause I have a gravel bike and a road bike.
Rich
But
friend.
I am going to give my friend Mandy, who just bought this, the same bike,
Right.
the Crux, my aluminum wheel set, so that when she wants to go back and forth between doing either road or gravel, she has that option.
Right.
Yeah, see, good friends. Mark, what are you riding? You have a Crux.
Yes, I have Crux.
That's right. So I think did we have the same Crux? Same color?
2021. Blue.
Yeah. I know we had the same bike. I thought, no, me and Andy had the same exact Crux color-wise.
Back
Okay.
then, yeah.
And
the
now,
older, yeah.
now me and Bill have the same Rube. I try to get him to not buy the same one, but he was like,
It's the only one they had.
That green looks good though.
yeah. He's
The
like,
emerald green
he
is
calls me,
nice.
he calls me before the ride and asks me what I was wearing. I was like, no, you're not going to wear the exact
He also
same
has
thing.
he also has black and tan tires too.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
it's-
I know.
It's
Oh,
getting
so now
there.
when he starts taking all of your segments, it's going to be on the same machine.
Listen, do not, Captain Competitive right here. Don't even get him started with that. He's one of the most competitive people I know. He already, listen,
No, I'm
he
not.
told me about this long 4-mile mountain bike segment.
Okay, I was gonna talk. Can we do something
He
about
did.
that Friday?
What you gonna do?
What are you going to do about it? Are you going to go take that?
No, we're gonna go together and take it.
I can't take it. I've already proven I can't take it.
What is your best?
You can
What's
get
your
it.
best time
You
on
can
it?
get it.
I'm like 6 on the leaderboard or whatever. I was a little higher until someone decided that.
So someone decided to get 29ers.
Yeah. So listen. Now, to Elvis' defense, Elvis could have went faster. I held him up on the uphills for sure. And at one point I said, Elvis, go around me. And he was like, I'm okay. But I was like, I was holding him up on the uphills. So I'm pretty sure that you could say, I'm willing to bet that you can shave easily 30 seconds to a minute off that time. No problem.
What is your time, Bill? Right now, like top 11, top 10.
He's second.
I'm second.
He's second on the segment.
Beast mode.
Beast mode.
So I was fourth. I think I was fourth.
I think you and Elvis were fourth.
So can we
and
do
fifth
like
or
can we
third
do
and fourth or
can we do
something.
like a lunch on Friday and
I don't even want to go that
And have
fast
fun.
anymore.
You gotta hit it early.
I don't. I
Because
have
there's gonna
nothing
be
to
so
prove.
many people.
First of all,
Right.
they don't get it. I was going as hard as I can. I'm not going to go any faster. They can go. They can go faster. I can't go faster.
Yo, he's so serious right now.
I gotta study the segment though. I
No,
have no idea.
But
how
Elvis, like he's genuinely,
Listen,
he's like,
genuinely,
listen,
yeah.
I'm not,
Where I
I'm
can
not,
I'm not trying.
I'm not
anymore.
trying.
Well, no, I want everybody that don't know my riding style to understand how I get where I am on a segment. It's not because I let the downhills rip to where it's uncomfortable.
Ed is on the chat. What's up, Ed?
So I don't want to go any faster on the downhills than I am going.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
So I am 51 years old and I can't afford to hit the ground like that.
Yeah.
That means I'm out of commission for a minute.
Yeah.
On that note, I just did Shenandoah, and I saw some old people out there going faster than me,
Old.
dude.
What's old?
Oh, dude.
Old is like 65.
Yeah, okay,
Wow.
cool. I'm glad he
there's some
did that.
fast old
Because I was honestly,
I know.
I just went on to retirement.
You thought he was gonna say 52?
yeah, like 52. I saw
You
some
know.
52 year
They
olds.
were
There's
old.
some people out there that it's fast.
No, I know that there's, but here's the thing. They were fast before they were old.
That's true.
Right? They didn't get old and then get fast.
Okay, that's
These
a good
people,
point.
if they're fast now, imagine how fast they were when they were younger.
That's true.
Right? The people that are especially the mountain bikers, because you don't get that, you don't
need that skill.
You don't get that skill set. Like on a road, and again, I don't want to be anti-road. I don't want to take anything away from road because road is awesome. I watch road, I ride a lot of road, but I always say that I can put a monkey on a road bike, and with the right training, I can make them fast. Right? I don't care how much you train and how good of shape you get. If you don't have good bike handling skills
facts.
on a mountain bike,
On any bike.
you're not going to go, but it's only going to take you but so far, right? You have to have a level of skills, and then as you get faster, your skill set needs to be better and better and better on a mountain bike because your speed needs to match your skill set because you can override that super fast and put yourself in a situation that's not good.
Yeah, I did that yesterday.
Mountain biking is super humbling because I started to get confident on the road bike, and then I started riding mountain with you all, especially with Bill, and
Here.
it'll put you in your place real quick.
I don't know what the scale is or how the formula works, but I can promise you that you can have not a lot of fitness and a lot of skill, and you can go a long way in mountain biking with very little fitness and a lot of skill.
So true.
Mike Richardson said, "Don't just call him a monkey."
No,
Oh, ouch.
he's not a monkey.
But-
he's not a monkey.
He said it
Bill,
in the chat.
Bill,
He
for
would
the,
be
the
a-
handful of
chat.
times I've been out
You
mountain biking,
once you said that,
my
once
boy-
you, once you
it's
said
humbling.
that, the
But I
chat just
wanna go
started
out
going
with you.
crazy.
My boy Mike ain't no
Thursdays.
monkey. He's
But-
a silverback
mountain bike.
Wait, let me
gorilla.
tell something, Mike. I rode your Crocs today, bro, and it's
Oh, okay.
nice.
Yeah,
you
Mike.
rode Mike's
Mike
truck?
Richardson.
I didn't.
Yeah, Mike Richardson's not a monkey. He's a silverback gorilla.
yeah, Mike,
Let's
yo,
go
Mike,
with- let's go
Mike,
with Mike.
you are a Rwandan
I'm gonna go
silverback.
get it. I'm gonna go get Mike's bike because it's beautiful.
No, Mike is a Rwandan silverback. They got him out
Can
there.
I do that?
Yeah, go get it. It's a sick bike.
It is.
Mike builds
So,
some of the.
Bill, like, you know,
sickest bikes.
you could be my my personal mountain bike coach, because I've gone out a handful of times and I still do road stuff on it that, you know, that people chop me up about. But I'd like to get a little more well versed in mountain bike. I really would.
You got to join our NICA team.
Oh,
You guys join our NICA mountain bike team, but you need to be in high school.
well, I think I'm a little.
that's-
I think I'm a little too old for that.
That's a sick ass bike.
Look at that.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
Is that
Look
really?
at the-
Is that really Mike Richardson's bike?
Look at the bling.
Dang,
Look at that.
gold. All right, Goldilocks.
Has he seen it or not yet?
Yeah, he's seen it.
Okay, cool.
He believe it or not, Mike built that bike.
If not, he's seeing it now.
Well, no. Listen, Mike built his own bike. Mike's really
This is
meticulous
nice,
about
dude.
what he
Oh, that's
wants.
Such
sexy.
a nice bill, man.
And the things
What's
that.
that weigh, like 5
Look at
pounds?
the color.
I'm gonna go.
Do they call that like
This
the
is like-
freckles, whatever they like? The finish on that
It's gotta
is
be
nice.
like 14
Like robin
pounds.
egg, kind of.
Yeah.
It's 14 pounds, 15 pounds?
It's light. It's
He's
light.
not putting bar tape on to keep the weight down?
So
Yeah.
so-
No bar tape.
That would be, yeah, that would be my.
Well, hey, that's kind of the new thing.
Really?
Yeah. There's a couple of companies that aren't doing bar tape on their bikes. They have like some type of coating that they put on it.
Seriously?
Yeah. Rebel or whatever.
Revel?
Yeah,
Whatever.
something like whatever that company has that they're racing with.
Yo, that frame is fire.
Talk
the
about.
frame, it's
talk
not.
about-
It's
wait.
the frame and everything. The frame is great. Everything's really nice.
That
but
one by
I
is
think,
nice.
I think the combination that how he put it together is what makes the bike. The gray tires would look like garbage if they were on something else.
Yeah.
But they work really good with that. The gold chain. Mike's a blingy ass
Talk
dude.
about
I
a
didn't
rich
realize
friend, though.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
this.
rich.
Gold.
That's very rich. I mean, it's not just the gold chain, the gold cassette there.
Mike has
That
a
is-
handful of bikes that are all banging.
Hub
I
check,
mean,
hub check.
hub
Who
check.
is ooh.
Yeah.
I didn't put it back.
All right. So yeah, that's one of Mike Richardson's bikes. Mike has
Yo, the gray tire, yo.
Mike
What?
has an
That is
Allay,
sexy.
a specialized alloy Allay that's built up pretty sick with the right colors and everything. And that bike he calls it Grimace. I don't know if he has a name on that one.
I want to get some tires like
he
that.
has a purple. He also has a purple Allay that he calls Grimace. He had
Grimace.
Yeah, that's sick. Yeah, that's the name. That's the name of his.
That's pretty dope.
So he's also my friend that got the limited edition Sagan frame.
Oh, yeah.
And I begged him not to ride that in a crit. I was like, Mike, don't ride this one in a crit. It's too. I mean, everything's sick on it. He had built this really nice
Yeah,
bike. Don't
that-
ride it in a crit.
that frame is nice.
I think the second ride he crashed and broke the frame.
Ooh.
He got another one to replace it.
Okay, Rich.
He got it, and there was no place the only place he could find it in the world was like in overseas somewhere. It's crazy. He ended up getting the bike ordered from I don't even know where
They call him
got it.
Richie Rich, right?
But you know, when you love a bike and you
Nah,
want a
that's
bike,
awesome.
it is what it is. You know,
Yeah.
you find a way to get what you want.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
And speaking of being rich and owning bikes, I tell people come into the bike shop all the time and they look at price tags on a bike and they're like $6,000 for a bike, and they get, you know, they're like, I can't believe that.
Sticker shock.
But then they say, you know, man, I can't believe someone will spend $6,000 on a bike, and then they go out and get in a Mercedes. Right? It's like yeah, you could have bought a $10,000 car, but instead you're driving around in a $60,000 car, $70,000 car.
True.
Right? So I look at it like this: is if it puts a smile on your face, and you can afford to do so, and it's not taken away from anything else in your life, then what? It's just a number at that point. You're going to spend it on. You're going to spend that money anyway.
Somewhere.
Right? You're going to spend that money on golf. You're going to spend that money in a car.
Right.
I think the biggest waste of money that, and when you
You
start to
drop
look
that
at
money
it,
on golf in
oh,
3
man.
rounds.
Yeah, easy,
Just
easy.
ridiculous.
My godbrother's into scuba diving, and
That's not cheap.
so he went to Belize, and he was telling. So I asked him. I said,
Belize is beautiful,
I
by the way.
go, what's a trip like a complete trip for you and your wife? What's it cost? And he's like 4,000, and I'm like, oh, 4,000, that's not bad. He goes, that's the flight.
First class.
I'm like, oh, all right.
First
We're
class.
talking different. And some of the people you've been to my brother's house, so he knows we're in a slightly different economic class.
Okay.
Right. So I get it, but I'm like, these people will spend 20 grand on a trip, $30,000 on a trip. And some of the people that'll spend $60,000 more on a car than they need to will still come in and look at a bike and go, damn, I can't believe how expensive this bike is. Right? Well, it just depends on what you're into.
Yeah.
If you're into bikes and you can afford it, it's really not that bad once you get a bike, right? So you spend $6,000, $7,000 on a bike that'll last you 4 to 5 years, right? Versus some of the other sports that we were just talking about, where you
Yeah.
could spend that in a weekend.
Easily.
Omar, my friend that I was just talking about earlier, who got me into mountain biking, he was into racing cars. He was into racing Porsches. He had a Porsche GT3, and he's a driving instructor for Audi of America. Like he's a badass race car driver, right? I mean, could you imagine what a weekend of racing your Porsche would cost? You could spend the price of a bike every weekend.
Maybe he can drop it on the chat, like how much it was for him to race a weekend. I mean,
Yeah,
tires,
well,
everything, right?
Well, he also had a crew.
Yeah.
He's putting people up in hotels. He's doing this.
Talk about having rich friends.
Dude, I
Dang,
try to
Donald,
surround. I
You gotta hang with you
Let's
more
just
often.
keep talking about bikes,
you
man.
got a lot of rich friends.
I try to surround myself with wealthy people.
All right. Bill, what are you doing this weekend?
He said,
Please stop.
Omar said $1,500 an hour
$1,500 an hour to
to
operate.
run. Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe it.
That's crazy money to me. But again, if you can afford it and it puts a smile on your face,
Well, if you have
It's
the
so
income,
worth it.
if you have the income, the disposable income to do that, then and it brings enjoyment and happiness to you. Then
you're
By all
not
means.
walking in this bike shop unless you have disposable income. Period.
facts.
You're not. I mean, you might. Trust me. We get the DUI bikes, right? Where those are the bikes where the guy lost his license and that's his means of transportation, and he's not spending $6,000
Oh,
on a bike.
yeah.
He's spending whatever he needs, and he's trying to do whatever it takes to keep
Commute.
that bike running, and he's not trying to put that kind of money into it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in the sport of cycling, just to ride for enjoyment, you have disposable income.
I'm not buying it, and I don't do credit cards. I haven't done it in a long time. If I don't have the cash, I'm not buying it. That's just it.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
And again, like whatever the $1,000 mark or $100, that's what I'm going for.
Yeah, it's fair. And there's different levels in our sport also, right?
for sure.
Like you could see, I know guys. I have a friend named Paul, who's got probably 20 bikes in his basement right now. He's probably got 10 that he's never ridden before. He's probably got 20 sets of wheels that he hasn't ridden before.
And he has 5 bikes here, right? Like 4.
Oh no, that's not even that Paul. That's
Oh,
a different Paul. That's Paul Lavelli, the guy who founded Black and Tan with me,
Yeah.
who has the bikes here. No, this is old school Paul Talley. Paul's got so many bikes, and for each bike he has a matching kit, shoes, helmet, everything.
I know a guy like that in Philly.
So I mean, it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
right? And even being a guy into bikes, as much as I am into bikes, I even look at it and go, all right, that's too much. that's a little bit, that's overboard, right? But again, if it puts a smile on your face and you can enjoy it, there's people that build bikes that don't even ride them. The joy is in building the
How
bike.
tall is this Paul? Because if he's in my
He ain't letting nothing go, and he ain't letting nobody ride it. I went to Europe with Paul. Paul went to France with me, and I don't understand how he was able to pick the bike that he wanted to take to France with him.
wow.
Right? He has so many bikes.
Yeah.
It's like, and they're all bangers. They're all campy bikes. They're all Italian bikes.
campy.
Oh, they're all sick bikes, and they have like, there's a reason that he got this bike. There's a reason that he got that bike, and
Yeah.
he's one of the most knowledgeable people when it comes to, especially like European style riding, like campy bikes, Italian bikes, and things like that. He's the most knowledgeable person I know.
Right. But you know, there's other ways to get bikes too. Was it that guy
could
comes in
steal
here?
'em.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Trey
the same
comes
thing.
in,
Steal
and
it.
he always gets these banging bikes, but we're fixing them up for him. We're putting parts. Trey,
Yeah.
I think it's Trey. He
Where's
came
he
in
getting
the other
them?
day with a Sagan frame Roubaix.
Oh yeah.
And it was sweet.
We
And
did-
he's always finding them, and he's putting great parts on
that's
them.
half the battle to some people. Some
right.
people don't get the
Right.
bikes to ride them.
Right.
Some people, the joy is actually building the
Yes,
bikes.
that's him.
Right? There's
That's him.
car guys the same way. They don't drive their cars. They put all that work and effort into building these cars up, and that's the fun part. Finding the super rare part, getting the part, getting it, making it work, and then using that as like a work of art more than anything else.
Yeah. My brother said I flip all my bikes to have extra cash and get a different bike.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
the best way to do
It's
it.
like, it's like flipping houses.
Don't get attached to them.
Someone said.
Yeah, Donald
let me
says
see.
don't. The minute you name your bike, you're attached.
Yeah,
How
don't.
can you not get attached to your bike?
I know all my bikes got names.
Well, I gotta let them go.
Hey, Claymore said, "What race do I need to win to get 50% off of a bike, Don?"
Who's that?
Claymore.
Claiborne Pride.
Claymore
Oh,
Pride.
Clay.
Oh, Clay.
Hey, Clay.
No, Clay, you don't get anything because the odds of you winning are pretty damn high. So that's one of those bets I wouldn't take as a bookie.
Oh, okay. Should we have 20 people on the live right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Should we do the giveaway?
Let's give some stuff
All
away.
right, wait. All right, guys, be ready on the chat to comment. What should someone comments to be the winner?
I don't know. You can't tell them.
Yeah, so
It's gonna
whoever
be the first person to comment.
the first person that comments the comment, that will be the winner.
I don't know. You're making this up as you go.
I know,
it's
but
on you
we
now.
have 20 people on the chat right
Yeah,
now,
you
which
might-
we
you
never
might-
had this many people.
All right.
so-
Guess what number I'm thinking of from 1 to 10.
Well, no, that will make it harder. All right, let's say whoever
Closest
can tie.
person wins.
I'll say the word.
Okay.
All right, so whoever
In
can
Spanish.
tie.
And it has to be correct.
Oh, that's a good idea. That means I can Google
It
it.
has to be correctly spelled. No, that's not
wow.
fair. Hold
That's a
on, wait
good idea.
second.
That's a good idea.
No, but Omar.
That's true. Yeah.
See, there's
it's
in your
a giveaway.
brother and your brother
Look,
and all
people's already dropping numbers in the chat.
See, I told you. Okay. Let's start with that. I'll tell them what number I'm thinking of, and we'll go with that.
All right, cool.
Number from 1 to 10.
All right, 1 to 10.
All right, go ahead.
All right, chat. Let's start dropping numbers in the chat. All right, so we have. There you go. We have a 7.
Tell us when we hit.
Nothing.
You want the exact number or the closest?
We have a 5.
Exact number. Yeah, this is not hard.
We have a 5 on the
No.
chat. 5 on the chat. We
No.
have another 7.
No.
2.
No.
3.
No.
9.
No.
No. 8.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
So
who's 8?
Who's
so 8 is DR. Hey, put your actual number. Your
R.
name.
Benu.
DR Benu.
The Arbenu.
Now everyone is dropping. Now everyone is dropping 8.
Yeah, too late, guys.
Too late.
Too late. Homeboy or homegirl.
I put the
Won
person who put 8 first. I put their wait. No, Harry, you said 7 first.
Exactly.
Good
Yeah,
try.
don't
Is that
be trying to.
Harry
yeah.
Taylor?
You know, that's my brother.
Oh.
It's Art, said
Art.
Michael.
Yeah, that's my man, Art.
Okay.
Art got it? Okay.
Good
All right,
stuff.
so winner is 2 Patasco Bikes bottles.
To you, Art. Good job.
So that's the giveaway for today. Tune in for next podcast, and we'll have a little something.
Yeah,
something.
dude, I want to start giving away more stuff. To be honest with
That's cool.
you. And I'm not talking. I mean, I'm not saying that bottles are lame because they have Patapsco on it, so they're not lame. But I want to start giving away no, stop reaching around for stuff.
I was gonna give an example of something we're gonna give away.
No, she trying to give away like
Some
she
bar
grabbing
tape.
she grabbing some expensive stuff. I'm trying to like
Okay.
We have a 2024 Crocs.
yeah, right. So what I'm trying to give away is
The road machine.
we have really cool reps that
Yeah.
give us stuff,
Yep.
right? So like they give us apparel to give away, they give us stuff to give away on the chat. So we have Cannondale apparel, we've got Specialized apparel, we got a lot of different
Yeah.
things that we can give away.
We can ask sales rep too to give us.
Yeah,
some.
man, start tuning in on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday.
All right, we have Will on the chat. He said if you're willing to ship them to Nebraska.
Oh man, hold on. Is that the dirty
Ship
wheel?
water bottles to
The
Nebraska?
dirty wheel.
The dirty.
Oh.
That's my man, Will, aka Big Country.
Oh, that's big country.
That's Big Country. That's my man.
Shout out,
Dude,
bro. Hope you're doing good, man.
He was a mechanic here worked here at our shop for a while.
At the one in
Columbia.
Columbia, yeah.
Yeah, he held it down. I begged him not to leave and come here and run at one of my other
He
stores
was,
for
he
me.
was doing it all through COVID, right?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
killed it. He killed it.
Big
dude,
Country.
The dude is solid. The dude is solid for sure.
Yeah,
I went
well-
out and visited him when he was in Cali. He wrote. I was under the weather. I don't know what it was. I had a horrible riding experience, but it was good seeing him.
So now he's in Nebraska?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Will, what's up?
Cornhuskers. That's where he's at. Nebraska.
All right. So, hey, it's been fun tonight.
It's been fun, dude.
It has been fun.
Thanks
been
for
really good.
having me.
There's-
We're
really
gonna
appreciate it.
do more of the
There is
group.
a lot of comments we didn't get to, and sorry guys, but we'll get to
Yeah.
Why don't we make a list?
And check it twice.
yeah.
There we go.
And check
See
it
if you're
twice.
naughty or nice.
So what we'll do is next Wednesday we're gonna do more of these like get together but I want a big group.
I like this.
I want a big group.
Yeah,
I want
that's
like a
fun.
round table like where we're all hanging
like
out. Right?
Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talk.
Right. I don't know what that is, but yes.
Okay, we
Sure.
could do that. I think
Don't
so.
invite Will.
No. Well, I'm not inviting Jada either.
Right. So
But we could have a
so
red
we
table.
want to give away more stuff, right? So we normally
want a
end
Garmin watch.
so
Someone said I want a Garmin watch. That's my
Yeah.
body.
yeah, we
You can get one on Facebook Marketplace.
listen, we will do. Here's what we can do. If you want those type of prizes, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have events.
Yeah.
Black and Tan events where we give away that as like a real like prize. Like so what we normally do at the end of closing Black and Tan, this is traditional from Paul Lavelli, who's just Paul's in the middle
Where
of
is he?
moving and he's moving and all kinds of stuff.
Oh, is
So
he?
yeah.
He's leaving Canton? Or he's staying with the...
he's leaving Canton.
No.
He's leaving Canton.
He's been a
I
Canton
don't know.
staple.
Trust me, I know.
Where's
Trust
he
me.
going?
I feel like I feel like I had like
gonna have
my
to
thumb
reach out.
chopped off or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Paul, normally we end all these sessions with asking people where they what was their first bike and who taught them how to ride.
Oh, okay.
So I'll let you lead it off. We'll go in this direction.
All right. I don't quite remember my first bike, but I do remember my mom teaching me how to ride. I was living in the Bronx, New York. We were on a downhill. I don't know. I remember the bike being red, and she just let it go, and it was like sink or swim, and that's how I learned how to ride a bike. You know, on the concrete jungle of to me the best borough in New York, the Bronx. But yeah, and I didn't have the luxury of having grass to fall in. It was so it was like stay upright or walk away with a couple of Band-Aids.
Yeah. All right.
My first bike ride, I was at my cousin's house, and I was maybe 6 years old, and all my cousins were older than me. I wanted to hang out with them, be the cool, hang out with the older cousins and They're like, hey, we're going to go ride bikes. I'm like, well, I don't know how to ride a bike. Oh, we'll teach you. So they find the biggest hill.
Oh yeah, the downhill, teaching on the downhill.
No training wheels, no nothing. No helmet. You're fine. If it gets too fast, just fall.
Wow. Yeah. So there's a common. You wouldn't believe how many people were shoved down hills, learning how to ride their bike for the first time.
So I didn't like that idea. So they're like, hey, just don't aim for the tree.
Yeah.
Guess what I aimed for?
You hit the tree.
I hit the tree.
It slowed you down really quick.
Yeah. Don't know what kind of bike it was, but the handlebars were trashed after.
So cousins downhill.
I have absolutely no idea what color my bike was. I know I was riding on training wheels for far longer than I should have. But my father taught me when my parents were still together, when I was living in Frankfurt, Germany. And it was a combination of just learning on the road in front of the apartment, and then we had this big park in between two apartment complexes, so it was like loose gravel and grass on either side. So I still have vivid memories of riding in Frankfurt, and yeah, so but
Was your
Dad
beard?
taught me.
Was your beard
No, I was still
having a little beard?
very
in
much
me? I
clean
might have to
shaven back
grow-
then. At
might have to-
7 years old.
I might have to grow my beard in after.
A little jealous?
Yeah, I'm a lot jealous. That beard is on point, bruh.
Needs a trim, but
And your turn, Bill.
I can remember my first road bike. Before that, as kids, we used to build up little dirt jumper bikes.
Yeah.
When I had a paper route, we just, whatever frame we could find, we'd build it up.
That's
and have a little fake BMX bike. But my first road bike was an orange Huffy. And I remember the frame is still in my dad's basement.
That's sick.
Oh, wow.
So for people that don't know, a news route is they used to print information on paper, and they used to deliver this information from house to house, and they would hire young kids to ride around on their bicycles to deliver this news on paper that would be soggy. If it rained, it would get really soggy, and you couldn't read it.
That's what he said. Listen,
So,
there's a
that's what
Nintendo
it was.
game called Paperboy.
Yeah,
Play that.
Yeah. So just in case, that was
Yeah.
before the compact disc, before the
That was before cassette tapes.
before cassette tapes. It was before child labor laws.
Was that 8-track?
That was before SRAM came and changed
A-track?
Around
everything.
8-track time.
Oh, wow.
It was right around 8-track time.
Good stuff.
Bill, how old are you again?
Pretty old.
81?
About that.
What was the Great Depression like?
I rode with my friend yesterday, who is 73 years old, Ron Howard.
Dope.
He was on a fixie, rolling.
Wow.
Yeah, and he was telling me that he's the youngest in his group.
On a fixie.
Yeah, on a fixie.
73.
73, I think he said 73 or 72. I can't
Wow.
remember. He may have said someone else was 73, that he was 72, but it was either 72 or 73.
Travis said, anybody remember the training wheel bikes with a foot brake pedal mounted on the right side of the down tube?
Heck yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was mine, 1976.
Sick.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
3 years before I was born.
All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for all hanging out. It was a lot of fun. Like I said, we need to do more of these.
Yeah.
We need to give away more stuff, so tune in. We're going
Pick a number between, no.
We're going to try to keep it consistent every other Wednesday. If we can't do every other Wednesday, we might skip one or two, but we're going to keep it flowing. So I appreciate everybody for hanging out. Like I said, go support your local races. It's really important. If you want them to stay around, they need participation. It's the bottom line. If they start to get in the red and they're not making money, or they're losing money, never mind making money. I don't think a lot of them intend to ever make money, but they don't want to lose money. So go check out your local races. mountain biking and cross, man, you can have a good time. Road
Sunday,
Road-
Sunday
I just-
Road, you can
September
have a good time.
15th.
I just dropped the link that
You
you
did?
sent on the chat
Come
earlier
out.
and share on the screen.
Hey Clay, Don like telepathically told me if you win at Charm City, he'll get you 50% off a cross bike.
Dude, you win the pro class at Charm City, I will get you 50% off of a cross bike.
Hey, that's
100%.
motivation. That's motivation, Clay.
100% will get you 50% off of a cross bike.
From another
All right,
bike
guys.
shop.
All right, guys. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
See you in a couple weeks. Later.
Thank you so much for joining, guys. Make sure you hit the subscribe. I know we still have 16 people connected, but we'll see you next time. And make sure you subscribe to Black and Tan, and also subscribe to DMV MTV.
The YouTube channel, please go to YouTube. Subscribe to both of those. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
Have a good night, guys.
Later.
Thanks for joining.